Hello and a very warm welcome to World This Week by Latest Laws. This is our weekly program, so subscribe and press the bell icon to get notified. My name is Monica Rahar and let's get started by having a look at Supreme Court this week.
The Honourable Apex Court has withdrawn its earlier order whereby it upheld a Kerala High Court decision approving pension in accordance with salary. This withdrawal order has come by a 3-judge bench led by Justice U.U. Lalit in response to a review petition filed by the Employees Provident Fund Organisation before the Apex Court. The top court has asked the centre's response to a plea seeking uniform gender and religion-neutral law of adoption and guardianship across the nation. Facing with contempt of court proceedings for allegedly portraying the Supreme Court in a derogatory and undignified manner, stand-up comedian Kunal Kamra has told the Apex Court that irreverence and hyperbole, which is disrespect and exaggeration, these two are intrinsic to the comedy enterprise, and that the powerful top court and its judges, they too are not immune, or they are not protected from these jokes. Back-to-back controversial decisions relating to child sexual offences forced the Supreme Court Collegium to take the unprecedented step of withdrawing its recommendation to the centre to make an additional judge of the Bombay High Court a permanent judge, and the name of this judge is Justice Pushpa Virendra. The Reserve Bank of India has told the Apex Court that it has no responsibility to conduct audit of members of the UPI ecosystem and the responsibility to ensure that private firms like Google and WhatsApp, they comply with the norms. It lies solely with the National Payments Corporation of India, also known as the NPCI. The top court has slammed the centre for not doing anything to curb TV programs which have the instigating effect, and the court stated that control over such news channels or TV programs, it is as important as some preventive measures to check the law and order situation in the country. The Supreme Court has stayed proceedings against BJP leader Manoj Tiwari on a plea challenging a Delhi High Court order which had dismissed a challenge to summons issued against him by Special MLA MP Court in the criminal defamation case filed by Delhi's Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia.
Now let's proceed to the next segment of our news analysis and have a look at the Delhi High Court this week.
Amazon has told the Delhi High Court that Future Retail Limited, it is bound by the order of the emergency arbitrator which had paused the Reliance Retail's deal with Future Group. The court has dismissed the petition of 2 suspected terror accused challenging a trial court order extending their judicial custody for another 45 days. The bail plea of JNU student and Pinjra Tod activist Natasha Narwal, it was dismissed by a Delhi court. Natasha was booked under the Stringent Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, also known as the UAPA, in case related to the violence that unfolded in February of 2020 in Northeast Delhi. The High Court has initiated the QR code-based digital entry pass system for lawyers who are entering the courtroom premises and attending physical hearing from Monday. Now let's move on to the next segment and have a look at the Allahabad High Court this week. The High Court of Allahabad has refused to grant any relief to the accused Watan Gaur, who built a multi-storied building on agricultural land in Shahaberi village at Greater Noida and Gautam Budh Nagar. The court, observing that it was duty-bound to monitor the rights of the citizen which were under threat on account of their sexual orientation, has directed police protection to a same-sex women couple in the Saharanpur district of UP. The High Court has ordered the UP Director General of Police to take off the hoardings giving out information of top 10 criminals put up outside the police stations in Prayagraj and also in Kanpur. Now, in the next segment, let's have a look at the Punjab and Haryana High Court. So, in a significant judgment which is liable to benefit students of Punjab University who were dissatisfied with the marks awarded to them, the High Court has ruled that rechecking and re-evaluation it will apply to answer books which are submitted during the online exams also. The Punjab and Haryana High Court has sought explanation from Fatehgarh Sahib Deputy Commissioner on legal impediments in enforcing an order which was passed by an executing court in a case related to allegedly constructing on a public path.
Now let's proceed with the miscellaneous segment of our news analysis.
The Andhra Pradesh High Court has dismissed the all-lunch motion petitions filed against conducting the local body elections. The High Court has stated that they cannot hear the cases against the local body elections at the present phase. A Noida District Court has directed the Indian Overseas Bank to pay a sum of Rs 35,000 along with 6% annual interest rate to a customer for cashing a check that he did not issue in the first place. Kadkaduma Court has dismissed the bail application of Pinjratod member Devangana Kalatha in an FIR registered under the stringent sections of the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act in connection with the Northeast Delhi violence cases. In the Indore bench of Madhya Pradesh High Court, it has rejected bail application of stand-up comedian Munwar Farooqi and his co-accused Nalan Yadav. They were arrested on the date of January 1st for allegedly hurting religious sentiments and also violating COVID-19 protocols during a New Year event during a show in Indore.
Now let's proceed with the last segment of our news analysis, which is the international news.
The White House has released a statement stating that it was outraged with the Pakistan Supreme Court's decision which upheld the acquittal and release of militant who was responsible for the 2002 beheading of US journalist Daniel Pearl. Independent human rights experts who work with the United Nations, they have stated that Italy failed to protect the right to life of over 200 migrants who died when the boat in which they were, it sank on the Mediterranean Sea over 7 years ago. New anti-government protests broke out in Poland on Wednesday, shortly after the country's top court confirmed the decision which further will title the predominantly Catholic nation's strict anti-abortion laws. That's all we have for this week. The link of all these news updates are made available in the description section for your kind consideration. Thank you for being with us.